Most of the business people that I've spoken to have a great sense of consequences or fear if they vote no. They're being told a whole load of lies. They've been told that they won't get this, they won't get graffiti removal, they won't get rubbish removal, they won't get, proper services. That's not true. Dublin City Council provide all these issues. But what really concerns me is the amount of fear that's around this company, Dublintown. And that again is one of the reasons again why I would support a freedom, for businesses to choose who they want to. So if you're trying to set up a business in the central area of Dublin, in the city area of Dublin, and you come into the business district, you're automatically billed to provide revenue and funding for Dublintown, the bid company. That's totally and absolutely unfair. If this was to work, if this was to be a holistic company, it would be voluntary and people would be saying, love to do this. But most of the people that I've spoke to, most of the business people that I've spoke to about Dublintown, about the bid, are foreboding and they see it as hostile. So it couldn't be a good thing. What it's good for is good for the bid, and it's probably good for Dublin City Council because they can use it. But it certainly is not good as a good business model because it removes money from your till.
When bids were set up originally, we were very enthusiastic and we thought that it might be of use to us in our business. But looking back at the last 10 years, I can't see that we've gained any benefit. We pay money in every year, and I'm not averse to spending money on promoting the business. I do it all the time. But bids have not been who brought us the business. They don't come back to us. They organise promotions. They never come back to us and say, did this work for you? I think they're alone to themselves, and I think they talk a good game, but they can't deliver.
I am voting no to Dublin bid, Dublintown, because I object to paying a double rate. I pay my rates to Dublin City Council, and part of that rate covers the cost of street cleaning, the cost of greening, and the cost of graffiti moving. I do not believe that I should pay an external company to do their job for them.
Now, the reason for which I'm going to vote no to the BID renewal is because I think it's a pure waste of money. Us small businesses have funded this limited company to the tune of 3 million a year, and most of it seems to be spent on PR, which is essentially self-promotion, and we small businesses are paying for it. To no avail. It hasn't translated into business at all. Just recently, the BID has spent €35,000 of our hard-earned money on changing their name, and it hasn't done anything for us.
When bids came on stream in 2007, we voted for them in a very enthusiastic way. 5 years later, we also voted them in for a further 5-year term. This time round, we are not voting for them. And the main reason is that access from north side of the city, south side has been effectively cut off with bus corridors and whatever. And access from south city to north side has also been cut off. We recently found out that Transport Infrastructure Ireland gave 58,000 to bids for funding. Now, how can a company like Bids, which is a private company, accept 58,000 to effectively work against the business community in fighting the closure of College Green? And that's one of many reasons, but the main reason I'm not voting for Bids.
There are many concerns about the bid company trading as Dublintown. One of the main concerns is in relation to footfall and numbers. A lot of the businesses feel that the numbers are actually exaggerated by the amount of cameras that are doubly counting the numbers coming into the city. And we're told that the numbers are up, but the spend is actually down, so what's actually coming into the tills of the smaller shops is actually greatly reduced. Again, there's no transparency around this, and the bid company Dublintown are refusing to actually make that information available entirely in its raw form rather than in its edited form. These are issues that concern the business community. Also, they concern the actual city, and as a board member of Dublin City Council, they concern me greatly. So there's a great lack of transparency, there's a great lack of responsibility and accountability wherein where there's a private company which gets the business community's monies by writ, by order of the state, in terms of a double taxation and a double rate. So I would be supporting the campaign for the no campaign for the bid.